Robots invade North Andover High School, a special Valentine for you this February, and an update from Town Manager Andrew Mailer. All of these stories and more coming up on this edition of the North Andover Journal. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the North Andover Journal. I'm Joy Fontroy. On Tuesday, January 31st, Merrimack Valley People for Peace invited three very special guests to speak at the St. Michael Parish Hall, including Harvard professor Elaine Scarry, Washington Post journalist Dan Zak, and anti-nuclear activist Sister Megan Rice. The talk was titled, "The Enemy is Us, The Perils of Nuclear Arms," and the trio spoke mostly about the work of Sister Rice and her involvement with anti-nuclear civil disobedience. The Journal was there to take a look.
I'm incredibly grateful, as I think all of you are, to be in the presence of Sister Megan Rice, and who is, as Jane said, a kind of, not just a model of courage, but a kind of sui generis, standalone instance of courage, and a spiritual inspiration to all of us. And when this evening is through, you can sustain the feeling that you're in the presence of Megan Rice by reading Dan Zak's incredible book that recounts in rich detail not only the adventures of Megan Rice, but the kind of putting into place of a terrible nuclear architecture, and also the attempt to dismantle it by various activists.
It's a pleasure to sit between Elaine and Megan. Elaine's book, Thermonuclear Monarchy, was the second book I read in my research for my own book. It came out around the time I was starting, and it helped me. And normally I think of the academic and the humanitarian as mutually exclusive, and this book is the best of both, I think. It really helped inform my thinking as I started my own project. I was born in 1983, so I was born into a world that was obsessed with nuclear weapons, but I came of age in a world that had forgotten them by and large. The first time I was politically conscious was the end of the Cold War, when nuclear weapons receded from the popular consciousness. That's not to say that activists haven't always been working against them, they have. But in terms of the mind frame of the world, I feel like much of the world moved on, and I was raised in that world. The most I learned about nuclear weapons was Hiroshima happened, it ended World War II. Then you move on to the next chapter of the history books in school. That was it. Until 2012, which is when I got word from a colleague that three people had broken into a nuclear weapons facility in East Tennessee. And so when I heard that an 82-year-old Catholic sister was one of the people who hiked a wooded ridge in the middle of the night and then helped cut through three fences and enter a lethal force zone around a building that is called the Fort Knox of uranium, one of the most secure sites on the planet, I said, a Catholic sister did what?
I also just wanted to say a little bit about the misconceptions of thinking, this was a courageous action. Truly, couldn't have been easier. Couldn't have been easier. I'm really saying that. So we had three chain link fences to get through, and that took they were fairly close to each other, maybe 4 feet apart, and that took maximum 15 minutes. And one of us had gloves, and it wasn't me, and they touched the wire, and there seemed to be no electricity, and there wasn't. And maybe you know that the cameras were not all working, not all, for 6 months they'd not been repaired. So we had this, I had anyway, I'm not sure about this intuition, how can they keep up their energy for protecting this thing for how many years when nobody's trying to enter this base? 70-something years it was by that time. Anyway, so we got through very easily. We got in there, put down our backpacks, took out our paint, and one started, stating the truth about this building, making it. I happened to have the crime scene tape which I bought at the hardware store, and wrote nuclear crime scene on every place. And it had, you know, danger, you know, all along the whole town. And we were able to hang that. There was something for it to hang a pillar around this tower, which was the security tower, jutting out from the rectangular, very long storage building, which is where the highly enriched uranium of this country, enough to build 100,000 nuclear bombs, is stored. Highly enriched uranium.
What an important conversation. Well, you can catch this talk in its entirety on CAM Access, Channel 22 for Comcast subscribers and Channel 24 for Verizon. Or you can watch it on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com and search North Andover CAM. Don't you love the Stevens Memorial Library? Well, as a part of a statewide initiative to raise awareness with local and state officials about the value of libraries, the staff at this North Andover branch are collecting love letters for the library. Pre-printed Valentines are now available for you and your family to explain why you love the Stevens Memorial. And if you don't have time to get there before Valentine's Day, not to worry, you can submit your Valentine digitally at lovemasslibraries.com. Well, I wouldn't be lying if I told you that robots took over North Andover High School on Saturday, January 28th for the VEX Robotics Competition. 56 teams came out to compete from towns like Andover, Billerica, Whitman, Franklin, and many more. The Pembroke Academy from Pembroke, New Hampshire walked away with the most awards of the night, including the Excellence Award, 3 Tournament Champion Awards, and 3 Tournament Finalist Awards. North Andover ended the night winning the Judges Award, and event volunteer Stan Limpert, who also happens to be a North Andover CAM member, was honored with the Volunteer of the Year Award. And of course, the Journal was there to see it all.
3, 2, 1, go!
The Journal would like to especially thank Yefim Schneiderman and Mandy and Caden Bickle for filming the VEX Robotics Competition. we've had a relatively mild winter here in North Andover so far, we've still got a few weeks left for things to get snowy. So we met up with Officer Mark Wilson of the NAPD to get some useful driving safety tips to help us get through the rest of this winter. Let's listen.
Here today to talk to you about some vehicle maintenance and winter driving tips with winter upon us. First thing would be some vehicle maintenance tips. Coolant level in your vehicle, it's good to have it up where it should be. Batteries, if you don't have a new battery in your vehicle, it's good to have it tested. With the really cold weather, the cranking, starting it really drains on it. Tires, very important. If you can have all 4 tires the same, will help you grip the road. If not, it's a good tread on the tires. Tire pressure is important. Put it to the specifications of the tire, the manufacturer. Drive around with a half a tank of gas. You don't want to have frozen gas line. Having a half a tank really helps to prevent that. They also have a gas line additive you can put in that assists with that. Washer fluid, very important. With all the debris blowing up, the slush and ice, have that full. And new wiper blades, winter wiper blades is important. A lot more durable than the summer ones. Some other things you might want to put in your trunk when driving. Jumper cables. We've all had times where we need to be jumped or someone's looking for jumper cables, you don't have them. Good idea to have them inside your trunk. Sand, a couple different things. Container of sand can assist you if you get stuck in the snow and ice or in the snow. Or local hardware stores sell bags of sand. Will add weight to your vehicle. And then inclement weather, it'll give you some added traction. A shovel. It's always a good idea if you get stuck, you happen to slide into a snowbank, maybe to dig yourself out. Some gloves, blankets, hat, anything that might keep you warm in case you get stranded. On that note, if you do get stranded, put your hazard lights on, get out of your vehicle so no one else would slide into you. If you do need to go out, be careful, okay? Ideally stay off the roads, let the plows, the sanders do their things. But if you do need to go out, when you're starting your vehicle to warm it up, do not do it in the garage that's closed. The carbon monoxide will build up. It's odorless, colorless. You're not even going to notice it, but it's very toxic. Okay, so warm your car up outside if you can. Second, the snow and ice. You want to make sure you get it all off your vehicle. Okay, because if you do not, while you're driving, the car heats up. When you brake, it's going to slide down over your windshield on the hood, possibly causing you to get in an accident. Or when you're driving, it's going to blow up and get into the vehicle behind you, causing an accident, or it might swerve. Okay, last, you want to wear a seatbelt. Always wear your seatbelt anyway, but even with the ice and snow, it increases your likelihood to be in an accident. You want to have a fully charged cell phone. Okay, and when you do leave, let someone know, especially on long trips, when you're leaving, when you're expected to get there, and the route you're going to be traveling. Once you are on the roads, okay, good idea to drive with the low beams on, even during the daylight hours. When accelerating or decelerating, braking, always do it slowly. If you do it too fast, you're going to spin out or you're going to slide. If you do start to slide, take your foot off the brake. You're going to turn and look in the direction you want to go to and brake softly. Do it too hard, you'll continue sliding. When you're traveling, ideally you leave 3 to 4 seconds on nice roads. When it's inclement roads, possible ice and snow, leave at least 6 seconds. Ideally 8 to 10 seconds in between. In case something happens, if they have an accident or they're stopping too quick, gives you that added time. Just remember also, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive does not mean 4-wheel, all-wheel stop. Okay, it will assist you, but it's not going to necessarily prevent you from sliding. Okay, that's it for today. Be safe. Spring's just around the corner. Thank you.
We recently sat down with Town Manager Andrew Mailer to talk about how the budget process is going. He also filled us in on who just retired at the DPW, and he shared a potential tax reduction you may qualify for. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello everybody, this is Town Manager Andrew Mailer. I want to give you a monthly update for the Journal. A couple of things. They're somewhat routine in that the annual budget process, we talk about that fairly often, but the budget process has begun. I've asked departments to stay within 4% for an increase to make sure that we can keep on our plan for sustainability and moderate growth relative to the budget. All departments have complied with that. The school department is due to vote before you'll see this on a 4% budget proposed by the school committee. And so we're often moving down the town meeting path. Next will be the finance committee, but all looks well for a town meeting where there's consensus around the budget and the capital plan, which is, in my opinion, always good news. Two, I wanted to recognize two employees. One is retiring DPW Director Bruce Thibodeau, who has recently retired, someone who served here for more than a decade or close to a decade, someone who did a lot for the community, had a great relationship with the community, and led a very successful effort through our public works to make sure that we responded to the public as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible and delivered good services to the public. So I want to wish Bruce well. He was a valuable member of our staff here. We've begun a process to replace Bruce, and that should be concluded in the next 30 days or so. Also wanted to recognize Fire Chief Bill McCarthy, who just recently completed a pretty important training class for chiefs and future chiefs at the Massachusetts Fire Academy. It's something that not a lot of people get the opportunity to go through, and that training will make him even better than he is, quite frankly, make the department continue to have the department excel. It's an excellent department. And finally, I wanted to do something a little different. There's a number of different ways that taxpayers have an opportunity to mitigate or reduce their tax bills depending upon, I'll say, financial circumstances. One of those is an opportunity to get an abatement from the Community Preservation Act surcharge, which the town passed in 2001. And for those over age 60, there's an opportunity, depending upon your income, to see a reduction in your taxes. And that can be applied for at any time during the year. If you have questions about that, I'm offering my office to be able to answer those questions to see if either you're eligible, if we can help you complete the forms, if you are eligible. So feel free to call my office, the town manager's office, if you have any questions about that, and we can tell you if you comply and the process required, and maybe help you with the process to make it simpler so that if you are eligible for a reduction in your taxes for that reason, you'll take advantage of it. So I wish you well, and I'll see you next month.
Before we end the show, I'd like to leave you all with some upcoming community events, including some fun February vacation activities. On Sunday, February 12th, there will be a Salute to the Troops event at the Trinitarian Congregational Church at 2 p.m. This is going to include a 45-minute concert by the United States Coast Guard Cadet Academy from New London, Connecticut. The North Andover Scarlet Night Chorus will sing during the performance, and the Honor Guard will be present. On President's Day, February 20th, North Andover CAM will be having an open house featuring Adobe's newest animation software, Character Animator. From 1 to 4 p.m., you can stop by the studio for your chance to try out this new and innovative animation software in front of the green screen. The software uses the computer's webcam to track your movement in real time and makes the character copy everything you do. For more information about this software or the open house, call Susan at 978-687-6570 or email her at smartin@northandovercam.org. The Stevens Memorial Library will be having a Harry Potter-themed staycation this February vacation. All of the Harry Potter movies will be screened during the staycation, and there will be activities like Harry Potter trivia, a Quidditch obstacle course, and even a potions class. All of these events are free, and there's no registration required. Caregivers must stay with their children during the activities. For more information, you can check out their website at www.stevensmemlib.org, or you can call the Children's Room at 978-688-9505. North Andover CAM is hosting a video lightning round competition on February 22nd and 23rd. You and your friends will have 2 days to make a short film here at the North Andover CAM studio. They will assign each group a different genre, character name, prop, and line of dialogue to include in their project. A screening of all the projects will be held on Friday the 24th at 5 p.m. You must sign up in groups of 3 or more for this, and you also must be in 4th grade or older to participate. If you'd like to sign up for this competition, or if you'd like more information, you can email Bill at brobert@northandovercam.org or call him at the studio at 978-687-6570. As always, if you have a news story or idea for a segment, please email us at thejournal@northandovercam.org. That'll wrap things up for this week. I'm Joy Fontroy. Thanks for watching.